I love this ritual. Every year, I find I always do the same talk. And then again this year I thought, am I really going to do the same talk? And then I thought, but I come back to it. I come back to it over and over and over again. And you know, anyone who tells you that a minister isn't preaching what they need to hear. So this year, and I don't need Michael to be that lovely accompaniment through my whole talk. I'll cue you when I get to the end of it. How's that? Can we show some love? Oh, that song just cracked us open, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So every year I drive my wife nuts because we watch A Christmas Carol every year. And It's a Wonderful Life every year. and Miracle on 34th Street every year. But A Christmas Carol is the one that keeps coming back to me for Burning Bowl over and over and over and over and over again. And that story is ultimately a story of our Christ nature being reborn. It is a story of redemption and reclamation. That's literally what the Ghost of Christmas Past says. He tells Ebenezer Scrooge that he is there for his welfare, and Ebenezer Scrooge does his, well, I could have used a good night's sleep. That would help my welfare. And what the Ghost of Christmas Past says is your reclamation. The thing that is about reclaiming who you are. And so Ebenezer takes this incredible journey into the past, into the present, and then into the future. And what he's able to realize and see is how all of the choices that he had been making had gotten smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Until all of a sudden he finds himself eating gruel by the fire all alone in a freezing cold house with no love, no community, nothing there to support him because he no longer thinks he needs it. He has chosen through the steps in his experience to limit himself in a certain way. And what happens through the miracle of this story is that he's able to see and remember who he is, in the truth of who he is. And he's able to, the miracle of this story is he's able to let go of what no longer serves. He's able to release the ideas that he had about his life and what it meant to be successful. He's able to let go of what he thought it meant to be him in the world. And as he lets go of that, what shows up is joy unimaginable. Joy that is revealing itself through him and for him and as him. But he had to choose it. He had to make the conscious decision to let go of the old understanding so that he could be made new. And in It's a Wonderful Life, we have a similar thing where he's not able to see the blessings of his life. He's not able to see how all the small things that he has done have actually contributed profoundly and greatly to the growth and the evolution of this world. And because he can't see it, it's what I love about that movie is at every point in it, he gets to choose. No one ever says to him, you have to do this. You have to take your money for your honeymoon and bail out the savings and loan. You have to call off your travel plans and not leave. You have to give your money to your brother and let him go to college, but you're going to stay. No one ever says that he has to do that. He chooses it. And he chooses it, and he chooses it, and yet as he chooses it, there's a part of him that's really angry and resentful and frustrated. And he doesn't fully honor the fact that he is choosing it. And that resentment and that anger and that frustration, that sense that the world has forced him to make certain choices, literally brings George to the point where he wants to throw himself off of a bridge. Because he has forgotten that he actually chose those things. He chose them from the deepest understanding of who he is. Not from his rational mind, but from that heart space that just stepped in and did what needed to be done. So George, too, has to let go of the small understanding that he has about himself and the choices that he has made. And he has to welcome it all. He has to embrace it all. And when he does, again, joy, community, song, beauty. This is what Burning Bowl is all about. This is our opportunity, our reclamation. This moment where we get to consciously let go of all the things that you think are holding you back, all the things that you think are impeding you. Letting go of your resentment for the choices that you made, so that you may live in the overflow and the joy of what those choices actually are. Bringing you out of the past, bringing you out of the future, and allowing you to actually be here, now. So it's a purification process. The broken and the holy hallelujah. You get to release it all. You get to surrender it all up into the fire and allow yourself literally to be made new so that you too may walk in the joy and keep Christmas in your heart all the days. The Christmas that you're keeping is the joy of the Christ Buddha-ness that you are. What if we walked as that? And yeah, they say at the end of the story that everyone laughed to see Scrooge so altered. Everyone laughed. Wouldn't that be amazing to have everybody laughing at how altered you are because you are truly living into your joy? We're going to welcome that. So the first thing we have to do is let go. We have to let go of the familiar. We have to let go of what it is that we think defines us so intensely. We have to let go of the things that are actually limiting us. And like Scrooge and like George, we get to have the blinders lifted if we choose it. So we're going to enter into this process. I'm going to guide you through a meditation, inviting you into looking at different areas of your life, just asking the question, what is over? What is over? What is time? What is time to fall away? Not out of anger and not out of resentment, but just it's time for something new to arise, for something new to make its way forward. So in your programs, you should have paper, yes? If you don't have paper, raise your hand, and we will give you more. But there should have been a piece of paper in your program. There should be pens in the pockets of the chairs in front of you, just so everybody has their materials. And so I'm going to guide you through this meditation. And then I'm going to give you time to write down whatever it is that you want to release. You'll be able to write it all out. There is no right or wrong here, folks. We are going to be supported in the container. Prayer chaplains, could you just stand up? So the prayer chaplains are anchoring us in that prayer field. Thank you. Okay, they're here. They're holding consciousness. I'm going to invite you to go deep. I'm going to invite you to reclaim yourself. And at a certain point, I'll invite anyone and everyone who is ready in their own time to go outside where we have a fire burning. We have a fire pit set up in the garden. And so you'll go up the stairs. There'll be prayer chaplains along the way who will be guiding you. As I said, you're going to be supported the entire time. And there's room outside the pit for a large number of you to just be set, circled up around the pit. And in your own time, just step forward, drop what you are releasing into the pit. If you want to speak aloud, speak it aloud. I am releasing, and speak it aloud. It's totally up to you. I do ask that that's the only thing we're speaking, is what we're releasing out there. And then step back, and in your own time, come back into the sanctuary. There's not enough space in the garden for all of you out there at the same time. I wish there was. So that's why we sort of move through. So you go up, you come back, and then just sit in the space. We're going to have our band, and Rosanna is going to be supporting us with music so that you'll have a place that you can come back to and that you can just be present. And then when that is finished, we're going to move into our 12 Powers ceremony. Okay? So we got 2 parts today. So is everyone feeling comfortable with what we're doing with the burning bowl? Yeah, because I don't want you to worry about it. I want you to really be able to be in your own space. Okay, to be present to whatever is arising. We are creating a sacred container here for everyone. So let's step into our time of meditation. And this is a new song. So if you know it, you can sing along with it. The words will be up on the screen. You don't have to, but just know it's a new song. I thought it was perfect for Burning Bowl.
Let go of the shore. Let the water carry you. Let go of the shore. Float into mystery. Let go of the shore. Let the water carry you. Let go of the shore. Float into mystery. I have all I need. It's all inside of me. Close my eyes and breathe, and I know that I am safe. Let go of the shore and let the water carry me. Let go of the shore. Float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry me. Let go of the shore. Float into mystery. Let go of the shore. Float into mystery. Let go of the shore. Float into mystery. Float into mystery. Float into mystery. Let go.
So as we close our eyes and allow ourselves to be centered in this space, the movement and the flow of our heart, that is where we are floating right now. Just allowing ourselves to open our hearts, be present to the love, be present to the willingness to let go of the shore, to let go of the familiar, to let go of what it is that we already know. I'm going to invite you to just scan through your life right now. Scan through it, and what is looking to shift? Where is there an energy block? Breathe into your relationships with your family, with yourself. Divine. Is there something seeking to shift in that relationship with the holy of holy that you are? With your community? With the world? Breathe and allow your finances and your prosperity to arise. And what is it that needs to shift there? What are you invited to let go of? To release? Your creativity and how that expresses as your light. What is asking to shift? What are you asking to surrender and to allow to fall away? Your job? Is there something there that needs to shift, that needs to change? Something in how you relate to your job that needs to shift, that needs to change. Your health, your body temple. What within you are you called to release? All the areas of your affair. Let go of the shore. Let the waters carry you. Any place where you experience stress or anxiety or worry or frustration, what do you need to let go of to unlock your divine potential? The beautiful, magnificent divinity that you are. So as you feel called, I'll just invite you to start writing it all down. Write down everything that you're just going to let go of. It can be a specific situation. It could just be a general sense of something. What needs to fall away in order to make room? Let go of the shore. Let the waters carry you. The water of your wisdom, the water of your creative achievement. nothing's too small and nothing's too big.